Hello everyone, good evening and good morning. I welcome you to Statistics Helpline. I'm Lakshmi here, and today I would like to join with you with a new topic that is, as you know that we are all progressing and worrying very much about how to combat with coronavirus, that is COVID-19. Yeah, it's not just the human. There is another thing which is also really working along with us, that is none other than artificial intelligence. So today I'm here to let you know the role of artificial intelligence to combat with coronavirus, that is COVID-19. Yes, it's very interesting. There is a non-human tool which is equally really thriving and working and struggling and making miracles to help us to detect, identify, to make sure that it will help us in order to combat with coronavirus, which is pandemic. Yes, I would like to let you understand what are the different roles that artificial intelligence is playing. I could see that there are 10 inputs that artificial intelligence has brought. I would like to list them all first of all, and let me precise them one by one later. Okay, let me take you towards the journey of understanding the role of artificial intelligence in order to combat with coronavirus. Yes, coronavirus is very dangerous. Yeah, let me take you ahead. The first input I could see is the role of artificial intelligence is to identify, track, forecast outbreaks. Yes. And the second input I could see is to help diagnose virus. And the third one is to process healthcare claims. And fourth one is drones, which deliver medical supplies. And going ahead, it also have a fifth input, that is the robots sterilize, deliver food and supplies, and perform other tasks. Yes. The sixth input I would see is develop drugs. And the seventh input is advanced fabrics offer protection. Eighth input is to identify non-compliance or infected individuals. Yes. And the ninth input is chatbots to share information. Even India is heading in this. Yes, I'll let you know in detail going ahead. Yeah. So to bring it back, let me now discuss one by one the inputs which are really interesting. Yes, a non-human intelligence could also be a part of combating about the coronavirus with us. Yes, I'm here to bring you back with the first input. Yes, how an artificial intelligence can identify, track, and forecast outbreaks. It's really true, as you know all, that the better we can track, the better we can fight, isn't it? So, the role of artificial intelligence here is to identify and troubleshoot and get the data and information from social media and all other resources possible and keep track of it and let us know. There's a startup that is already working. The Blue Dart has already warned us ahead and more ahead before World Health Organization about the severity and the danger alarms that are ringing against this coronavirus, and it was only possible by using and identifying and tracking the information using and forecasting using AI, that is artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's really interesting and we all should appreciate this. And let me take you towards the next input, which is also equally interesting, that is AI to help diagnose virus. So how a non-human could really take part in order to address the pandemic. Yeah, it's epidemic and pandemic, and how is it going to help us in order to diagnose it? Yes, artificial intelligence really would take part in order to provide us the solutions about the coronavirus, and the healthcare workers detect, monitor the disease efficiently. Imagining the departments in healthcare facilities are being taxed with the increased workload created by virus, isn't it? Because as you know that the protein is really giving us a big worry, as you know, the growth of the protein in the coronavirus, it's exponentially growing. So health department really will have to get an alarm notice in order to identify and diagnose. So here they will take the help of artificial intelligence. You can see that, as you know, Alibaba, Billet and AI-powered diagnostic systems, they claim as 96% accurate at diagnosing the virus in seconds. Yes, the diagnosing inputs that they are giving, they could always diagnose it within seconds. Yes, it's really wonderful. That's how the second input is taking part. And now, what is the third miracle that AI is doing in this case? That is the process healthcare clients. So how does it happen with the help of artificial intelligence? It's not only the clinical operations of healthcare systems that are being taxed, but also the business and administrative divisions. They deal with the surge of patients. A blockchain platform offered by A&T Financial helps speed up claims processing, reduces the amount of face-to-face interactions between patients and hospital staff. Yes, it is equally important to take care of the people who are the real guards for us and who are really working 24/7 to help us, to rescue us from this dangerous COVID-19. So this process healthcare claim helps them in order to minimize the direct interaction with the patient. Yeah, there is another one which is really interesting, and we also know, but we never knew that a drone will take care and take part an emerging role in the form of artificial intelligence to help us for combating equally with. I can say that rather than it's a drone, it's a fighting fighter and it's a fighting flight, which is non-human and really taking its own role in order to combat with artificial intelligence. Yes, that's really true. And you could see that China has already started using it. As you know, Wuhan. Yeah, you know, it's the birthplace of this COVID-19. And China people have really very much thoughtful in this way in order to make use of the drone. Yeah, let me tell you how it happened. One of the safest and fastest ways to get medical supplies where they need to go during a disease outbreak is with drone delivery. Yes, they have delivered it using the drone. Terra drone is using it to its unnamed aerial vehicles to transport medical samples and quarantine material. Yes, when we wanted individuals to quarantine themselves, we have to provide them the material required for the quarantine, right? So a drone is the one weapon that is being used in order to help them, so that it would provide them the material required for the quarantine. Yes, so we could really appreciate the drone role as well as the China making use of it. Yeah, now here is the fifth one. Hey, you know what? We people are always interested to know the role of robots, right? So robots also have crossed their fingers in order to help us. I can say that it's the need of the hour. When you know that COVID-19 is contagious, and it really would be helpful for us if we make use of tools such as which are non-human, and still they can do what other human people can do. So here is the input of the robot in the form of the artificial intelligence that really helped us. So let me tell you that what is the role of robot here. Yeah, robot sterilizes, deliver food and suppliers, and perform other tasks. Yeah, just like any other human, because robots are not contagious, right? So that's how artificial intelligence is very beautiful to help us in the form of the robotics and robots as well. So robots are not susceptible, right? Yeah, they're not contagious. So to the virus, so they are being deployed to complete many tasks such as cleaning and sterilizing, delivering food and medicine to reduce the amount of human-to-human contact. Yes, UVD robots from the Blue Ocean Robotics use ultraviolet light to autonomously kill bacteria and viruses. Yes, it happened again in China. Purdue Technology deployed its robots that are typically used in catering industry to more than 40 hospitals around the country. Like they are the victims ahead for this COVID-19, isn't it? Now, there is another interesting and more required process, that is developing the drug. It's not just enough to make sure that we prevent. Of course, we know that prevention is better than cure. But at the end of the day, we also have to process and look forward and emerge for developing the drug, right? Yeah, here also AI has a wonderful role. And let me tell you, how is it really fighting against developing the drug? Yes. Google developed Mind Division used its latest AI algorithms and its computing power to understand the proteins that might make up the virus, as they really alarmingly could be generated in the case of the COVID-19. Yes, Google had taken this, and benevolent uses AI systems to build drugs that can fight the world's toughest diseases and is now helping support the efforts to treat coronavirus. Yes. And what about the sixth input that we are emerging and which I discussed with you, that is developing drugs. And the seventh one, it is moving towards advanced fabric offers protection. Don't you think so? Yes, it is really true. Companies such as Israel startups Synovia hope to arm healthcare systems and others with face masks made from their anti-pathogen, antibacterial fabric that relies on metal oxidized nanoparticles. Nanoparticles are very tiny, so they are being used in order to make the fabric which will protect us from the COVID-19. Yes, truly. And what was the eighth input? Eighth input is really something very interesting, which is again AI to identify non-compliance or infected individuals. Yes, it is not just enough in order to rescue ourselves or to identify the drug. As you know that it is contagious, it is equally important that we have to identify the infected individuals. So what is the role of AI again here in order to identify the affected people or infected people? While certainly a controversial use of technology and China's sophisticated surveillance system used facial recognition technology. It's really a facial, just like we know the biometry we recognize using the thumb and the facial identification. In the same way, they also have processed something which will really identify the infected individuals. So how it does? It is just like who might have a fever and be more likely to have the virus. Similarly, technology powers smart helmets used by officials in Sichuan province to identify people with fevers. The Chinese government has also developed a monitoring system called Health Code that uses big data to identify and assess the risk of each individual based on their travel history. Yes, how much time they have spent in virus hotspots and potential exposure to people carrying the virus. Citizens are assigned to a color code, red, yellow, or green, which they can access. And there is another interesting thing, or you can say the ninth input that is emerging in order to identify this COVID-19 is using the chatbots. You know that chatbots are also being used very quickly in the form of WhatsApp in India too. You can see the details which we are performing here. So who has a vital role along with the AI in this context? Yes, Tencent operates WeChat, you know that, right? And people can access free online health consultation services through it. Chatbots have also been essential role in serving providers in the travel and tourism, especially when you travel and when you are in a tourism. You need to have the information where you could have a better idea what exactly is happening around the world, and let the travelers keep updated on latest traveler procedures and disruptions that are happening because of the COVID-19. Yes, and the last but not the least, what is the essential, the last input that AI has emerged, that is supercomputers working on a coronavirus vaccine. Yeah, really, though they are very much non-human, that does help us a lot. See how the human has made another tool which is equally intelligent, just like a human brain. And it is in the form of the supercomputers, which is trying to input the vaccine. Yeah, let me tell you here. The cloud computing, you all know it very well, right? So the cloud computing resources and supercomputers of several major tech companies such as Tencent, Didi, and Huawei are being used by researchers to fast track the development of a cure of vaccine for the virus. The speed these systems can run calculations and models, as you know, solutions is much faster, and standard computer, a standard computer processing can't do it. Only supercomputer can does. So supercomputer is also playing an essential role in order to combat in the form of artificial intelligence. Yeah, let me put it enormous and exponential. How come it is so dangerous? Yeah, I would like to address it at the end. It's just because it's a kind of flu, but in the case of the flu, the generation of the protein is very minimal, whereas it is in the case of the COVID-19, it is exponentially growing, the protein. So you can see in the form of a graph that how there is a big exponential growth for this COVID-19. Yes, let us hope we all will be very much far, and this AI and other helps will emerge us to get a vaccine, and we would and the entire world will get back into the peace, and we will have a harmony and peace in the walk of life at the earliest. Yeah, I will request all of you to join hands to make yourself healthy, stay warm, stay hygienic, and as you know that the sanitizing ourselves and sanitizing many things, the counterparts and the knobs and many other things which we come across in the walk of life, making them sanitized would really help us, and make sure that you will never allow anything that is human contagious, and you make yourself very much free from all these hazards, and stay safe and stay tuned. I hope you would have enjoyed this video, and you would have got many different informations today about the role of AI. Yeah, I do understand that you really liked my video, right? So don't forget to like my video, to share my video, and if you're watching the video for the first time, do click on the bell icon and subscribe my video too. And you can find the other links which I would like to input myself in the social media, and the links are given below in the description box. And if you have not watched my previous videos, do watch them. You can find them in the below given description box. The links are available to you. And I'll come back to you. I would like to address the data analytics part of combating with this COVID-19 as soon as possible. Thank you all. Stay safe, and thanks for joining me today. And I really enjoy the way that you are encouraging me, and make sure that Statistics Helpline will always keep you happy whenever you watch it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.